In the deserts of Utah, the tragic love story of Sarah and Andrew unfolds, a heart-wrenching journey. Amid the vast, wind-carved lands of Utah's San Rafael Swell, a place where time seems to stand still between ancient rocks and forgotten uranium mines, the story of Sarah Bennett and Andrew Miller was born. A tale of love adventure and an enduring mystery that shook the hearts of two families and an entire nation. This young couple from Colorado, aged 26 and 28, disappeared during a quiet weekend getaway in May 2011 and were found dead 8 years later in 2019 inside a sealed uranium mine. Their story is not only one of loss, but also a moving testimony to their bond, their dreams, and the merciless force of nature. Love nurtured in simplicity, Sarah Bennett and Andrew Miller were neither thrill seekers nor reckless adventurers. They were soulmates who found joy in quiet moments, capturing the beauty of the world through a camera lens and sharing dreams beneath a sky full of stars. Sarah, a graphic designer with a gentle laugh and a sharp eye for detail, and Andrew, a high school biology teacher with a deep love for nature, had been together for 3 years. Their friends described them as inseparable, often seen hiking hand in hand or planning their next trip. Sarah's sister, Emily Bennett, told the Denver Post in 2020, "They were home to each other. They didn't need much, just each other and the horizon." Their May 2011 camping trip was meant to celebrate their shared love for nature and photography. The San Rafael Swell, a 2,000-square-mile desert wilderness in southern Utah, beckoned with its breathtaking beauty. Towering sandstone cliffs, labyrinth-like canyons, and abandoned uranium mines. The couple packed their Subaru Outback with camping gear, a thermos of coffee, a Nikon camera, and folding chairs, envisioning a peaceful weekend. Emily recalled, "They wanted to capture the desert at sunset. Sarah kept talking about how the light hit the rocks. It was poetry to her." The disappearance. On May 14, 2011, Sarah and Andrew were last seen at a gas station in Green River, Utah. Surveillance cameras showed them smiling, Andrew playfully teasing Sarah as they bought an Emery County map and filled their tank. They then drove west toward the Swell and vanished. When they didn't return home to Denver, their families raised the alarm. Hundreds of volunteers, the Emery County Sheriff's Office, helicopters, search dogs, and even drones scoured the land. But the desert gave nothing back. No car, no gear, no trace of the couple. Sheriff Greg Funk said at a 2012 press conference, "It was as if they had been erased." Theories spread quickly. Had they been kidnapped? Caught in criminal activity? Perhaps tied to drug cartels operating in remote areas? Online forums buzzed with speculation, from alien encounters to an intentional disappearance. Yet for 8 years, there were no answers. The chilling discovery. In August 2019, geology students from the University of Utah entered an inactive uranium mine near Temple Mountain, about 30 miles from Green River. The mine, abandoned since the uranium industry's collapse in the 1980s, stood as a relic of the past, its entrance partially sealed with rocks. Equipped with headlamps and surveying tools, the students were collecting geological samples when they stumbled upon a site that would haunt them for years. About 300 feet inside, in a narrow chamber thick with dust, they found 2 skeletal remains seated in rusted folding chairs. Nearby lay a broken lantern, a rusted thermos, and a Nikon camera, its lens faintly reflecting the light. A partial cave-in had created a naturally sealed room, preserving the scene in eerie detail. The students, shaken, immediately alerted authorities. Dental records and DNA analysis confirmed the remains belonged to Sarah and Andrew. The discovery devastated their families and reignited public fascination with the case. At a 2021 memorial, Emily Bennett said, "It was them, but it wasn't them. Even in death, they were holding each other." The story of their final moments. The official cause of death was listed as undetermined, as the bodies were too decomposed, but investigators pieced together a haunting scenario. It's believed the couple entered the mine voluntarily, drawn by its historical intrigue or the unique photographic backdrop it offered. The abandoned mines of San Rafael Swell, though dangerous, often attract curious hikers and photographers. In 2011, few warning signs existed about toxic gases or unstable structures, and the couple likely underestimated the risk. A partial collapse may have trapped them inside, sealing the chamber and blocking any escape. According to forensics experts, the air in such mines can turn deadly due to methane or carbon monoxide, causing unconsciousness within hours. They probably didn't suffer much, Detective Laura Martinez told the Colorado Sun in 2020. It seems they sat together, perhaps aware of what was coming, and waited. The most heartbreaking evidence was the Nikon camera, preserved by the dry, sealed environment. Technicians recovered several images, including one time-stamped about an hour after they left the gas station. The photos showed the Mine S interior, rock walls illuminated by lantern light, and one final blurred image of Sarah and Andrew sitting together, peaceful expressions on their faces. Martinez said, "They weren't afraid, they were together, and that seemed enough." Love preserved in time, the discovery brought closure, but deepened the mystery. Why did they enter the mine? Did they misjudge the danger, or were they searching for something deeper, a moment untouched by the world? The recovered photos suggested a deliberate act of documenting their surroundings, perhaps as a final creative expression. Emily said, "Sarah always said she wanted to leave something beautiful behind. Maybe that's what they were doing." The case has since become a focal point in discussions about wilderness safety. In 2020, Utah authorities installed new warning signs on abandoned mines across the Swell, inspired by Sarah and Andrew's story. Groups like the National Outdoor Leadership School now use this tragedy to educate hikers about the dangers of unexplored mines, which claim several lives each year. For their families, the pain of loss softens only with the thought that Sarah and Andrew were together in their final moments. A memorial now stands at the Mine S entrance, a simple stone plaque engraved with their names and the words, "In love, they found their peace." Every spring, desert flowers bloom around it, planted by volunteers, a quiet tribute to their shared love for nature's beauty. A legacy of love and lessons. Sarah and Andrew S. story remains a powerful reminder of love, strength, and nature as unforgiving force. They set out to capture the fleeting beauty of a desert sunset, not knowing their journey would end in an eternal embrace, preserved in the silent depths of a forgotten mine. Their camera, a witness to their final moments, holds images that speak of courage, love, and an unspoken promise to face the unknown together. At the 10-year memorial in 2021, Emily said, "They didn't find the sunset they were chasing, but I believe they found something far greater, each other, forever." As the desert wind carries their story through the canyons, Sarah and Andrew remain a symbol of a love that transcends death, forever etched in the heart of the San Rafael Swell.